How does it cause disease in the kidney? Shigella toxin can cause lesions in the kidney organ, leading to hemolytic urea syndrome. It does this by damaging the endothelial cells in the kidney glomerulus, creating aggregation of red blood cells, forming clumps and decreasing the amount of platelets circulating in the blood. This ultimately leads to acute kidney failure and hemolytic anemia.
The global morbidity and mortality associated with Shigella dysentery are high, particularly in developing countries, where an estimated 99% of shigellosis occurs. Those at high risk of infection also include the young, elderly, and immunocompromised individuals. The global incidence of Shigella dysentery is reported as 180 million cases per year, with 1 million deaths per year. Most common in Africa and South Asia, where it is acknowledged as the most common diarrheal infection in children under aged 5. The chain of infection includes the bacteria spread to humans via contaminated food and water, where it then exits the reservoir human host and transmits to others via the fecal-oral route and infects a susceptible host. A susceptible host is often children and others at high risk of infection, as mentioned before. Epidemiology indicates that Shigella dysentery type 1 has inflicted disease since the 18th century, with large global spread during the 19th century and played a role in death post-World War I and World War II. Humans are the only reservoir for the Shigella Dysenterier bacteria, which means we're the only ones that can hold it and transmit the bacteria.
Transmission of Shigella Dysenterier occurs through three main routes, such as the fecal-oral route, where the transmission of the pathogen is passed in the feces and then contaminates other surfaces and can go into the mouth of a person. Contamination of food and water through the lack of hygiene in cooking preparation. And from direct person-to-person contact with an infected individual, and can also be sexually transmitted. This diagram here represents the transmission cycle of Shigella dysenteriae. First, Shigella is present in infected stools from other hosts. It then leads to further contamination via unwashed hands, water contamination, and spreading pathogen via diarrhea. It then goes to the oral pathway where the Shigella is ingested. It then causes illness within the intestines and stomach and a chance in the kidneys, leading to symptoms of bloody stools, diarrhea, and fever. It is then excreted through feces, and the whole transmission cycle is repeated again. The incubation period for Shigella dysenteriae is 1 to 3 days.